Good evening and welcome to your primetime news. I'm Selima Shimwe-Feleni. Leading tonight's bulletin, government can no longer afford to continually provide financial support to the financially strapped Air Namibia. Hence, Cabinet took the decision to liquidate the national airline, Minister of Finance Ipumbu Shimi has said. Speaking at a press conference here on Thursday, Shimi said the national airline has an asset value of 183 million Namibian dollars with liabilities of 3 billion Namibian dollars, which is unsustainable and will jeopardize the economic recovery plan government is currently seized with.
The Minister of Finance Ipumbu Shimi explained that all options assessed point to the fact that the national airline is not profitable and it has not been profitable since its inception.
It's important for the public to know that Air Namibia has not been profitable since inception. And therefore, the net economic cost of Air Namibia, or Namibia's operations, far outstrip the net gains, and therefore, because of that, is not sustainable. It is estimated that so far, government has spent more than 8 billion Namibian dollar in supporting Air Namibia.
Shimi further noted that the welfare of the employees remain a priority and government has committed an ex gratia payment to the value of 12 months' salary for each employee.
I also want to clarify one other issue that is making some rounds in the public with the potential to tarnish the image of government, and this is the issue of accusing government of wanting to close Air Namibia deliberately for the growth of another airline, because these are things that we are picking up in the media. This information is totally misleading and is devoid of any truth.
In the same vein, the minister explained that it is agreed that the internal staff members from the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Public Enterprises will serve as interim board members. The selected board members are the Ministry of Finance's Director of Assets, Cash and Debit Management, Martin Ashikoto, and Shiwe Kaura, who is a director in the Ministry of Public Enterprises.
Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Phea Moshelenga, on Thursday launched the Nationhood and National Pride program on the gender-based violence mass media campaign aimed at curbing the prevalence of gender-based violence incidents in Namibia. Erasmus Shaliahwe compiled this report.
The campaign is being carried out in collaboration with the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Child Welfare, and the Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Services. Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Phea Moshelenga, said Namibia has witnessed increasing and deeply traumatizing acts of violence perpetrated mostly against women and children. Acts of GBV are therefore a great concern and remain an immediate challenge to core societal values affecting nationhood and national pride.
Our women and children no longer feel safe in their homes, localities, and the entire land of their birth. This is not who we are, and we shall not allow this to be the norm and the future we leave for our children.
He added that government will work towards a shared understanding of the root cause of GBV in society by reaching out to parents, community leaders, churches, civil society, schools and youth organizations.
The idea is to speak to the side of would-be perpetrators that violence is not a solution, neither should it be part of human behavior. We shall work together with our stakeholders and media partners to organize focus group discussions, debates, and try to find community-based solutions to gender-based violence. We shall also jointly strengthen and capacitate regional gender-based violence and human rights clusters to be able to play an effective role in addressing gender-based violence.
He further added that more needs to be done to respond to the cries to get justice for affected women and children in order to end these abuses and the impunities that allows human rights violation to continue. Stricter prosecution of offenders and ending impunity means laws must be enforced, he added. Minister of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, Doreen Sioka, in a speech read on her behalf at the same occasion, said the ministry will intensify efforts to reach a national zero-tolerance GBV record. Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
The University of Namibia, UNAM, has taken a decision not to enroll grade 11 learners under the new curriculum in the academic year 2021 as they are deemed not ready for its entry level. Speaking at a press conference here on Thursday, UNAM Vice-Chancellor Professor Kenneth Matengu said as per the National Qualification Framework, the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Ordinary for grade 11 is ranked as a level 3 qualification, and for grade 12 Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Advanced Subsidiary at level 4, while UNAM's entry-level requirement is level 5.
After 21 years of existence, UNAM needs to move to the entry-level equivalent to that of its peers, regionally and internationally. Why? Because the basic education has reformed itself to allow for that to happen by introducing advanced subsidiary. You would agree with me that typically universities are not meant to be bridging institutions. That's not the purpose or mission of universities, to be bridging. They are there to sustain and produce mid to high level skills, human resources capacity and competencies for a country to sustain itself. UNAM members of the committees made submissions which were discussed at both the Dean's Committee and Senate. The understanding was and still is that the basic education curriculum would be revised and improved to the level of advanced subsidiary to allow those who wish to pursue university education to progress from grade 11, level 3, to AS level 4, which then becomes the prerequisite for entering university. That was the understanding and still is the understanding. On the NQF, NSSO is at level 3, is a level 3 qualification, and AS is a level 4 qualification. The entry level requirement for UNAM B degrees is level 5. You can see if one exits at level 3 and you're entering at level 5. So I wish to reiterate that we do support the reform process as envisaged. I also want to reiterate that we have no objection to exiting at grade 11 or at level 3. We have no objection with the intention for learners to progress to AS. We know that the Ministry of Education needs these top performers of level 3, which would need to progress to AS. Once they succeed there with a combination, we are very happy to take them as a university.
We will be back shortly after the news roundup. The foot and mouth disease outbreak detected in the Kavango East region on 28 September 2020 has since spread to the Kavango West, Ohangwena, Oshikoto, and Oshana regions. Chief Veterinary Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Albertina Shilongo, in a media statement on Wednesday, said in line with the Animal Health Act, Act 1 of 2011, 9 constituencies in both Kavango East and West have been declared infected areas. The other regions such as Oshikoto, Ohangwena, Oshana, Omusati, Kunene and Tumkwe in the Otozonjupa region have been declared as the disease management areas. Shilongo said the ministry has therefore put in place measures that include the vaccination of cattle in all northern regions, which is ongoing, while farmers are urged to present all their cattle for vaccination whenever announced by the veterinary services. The sports news will follow shortly after the economics roundup. And in sports news tonight, athletes from the National Paralympic Committee of the Netherlands have called on Namibian athletes to give it their all if they are to compete in big competitions. Handbiker Tim de Vries and Daniel Abraham, who cycles with a road bike, have been in Namibia since December 2020 for a training camp ahead of the 2021 Paralympic Games that will be held in Tokyo, Japan in August and September 2021.
The cyclist told Nampa in an interview on Wednesday if an athlete wants to compete on a bigger stage, they have to make a choice on what they want.
Don't just start 4 years before your Olympic. I have to train now for Olympic. No, you think about the equipment, your material, your performance. Where is my weakness? What can I better? I can do it better. So step by step, every details you work on it. Yeah. So then finally, like the last year, then you are working very hard on your training.
He added that for an athlete to achieve their goals, they have to do extensive preparations. De Vries echoed his sentiments, saying if an athlete is to prepare for the Olympics, they should start when there is still 4 years before the Games.
But now after 4 years, you know what your weak parts are, you leave them on the right side, and what the strongest parts are, you work on it.
He added that he started preparing for the 2021 Paralympic Games just as the 2016 Rio Games finished. Namibia Paralympic Committee Secretary General Michael Hamukwaya told this agency it is always good to see athletes from abroad prepare themselves for bigger competitions in Namibia.
We will return after the sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you this evening. Many thanks for tuning in. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell to stay up to date with the latest happenings locally and globally. From myself, Salima Shumwe-Feleni, and the entire Nampa crew, have a blessed weekend and good night.